You got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a hey now. Metal mic coming at you. Yeah, from my desk in the bunker. A little subdued. Just put my youngest down for her nap. So I'm down in the basement. I've been listing, I guess, since about 9 o'clock this morning. I've done that, and just a lot of organizing around the house, taking my time, taking it easy, but also, so far I've listed 5 items. I'm about to list my 6th. So this is kind of a split video here. I was excited to, if you watch any of my videos, last week I'd gone to that garage sale and scored all that vinyl. I listed a couple of Pink Floyd off of there, and hell, I pulled the vinyl out of the covers. It was mint. Minty, meaning they'd never been played, if that one time, but I even doubt that. So I'm stoked about that. If those albums sell well, shit, that could cover my whole investment last week. That's a long stretch. I think I spent about $150 or something at that garage sale, maybe even a little bit more. But hell, if I can get $30 a pop on those albums, I'll be on cloud 9. That aside, the video that I shot earlier, I also spoke upon patina, because we got that barometer that I have listed in condition and all. And this past summer at the flea market, I picked up a large lot of friction tin toys. Well, I've got one on the list right now. I've got it all laid out. That's my dryer, of course. It's that ambiance in the backyard, the calming effect of the sweatshirt, Mayhem sweatshirt, clipping around in the dryer. It can be nice and cozy to put on when I'm done here. And I bought a large lot of tin litho toys. And this is just one of them, except this is a parts one, really. And so that's what we're going to list it under. And then I made it about halfway through that Iron Maiden album that was in that lot of albums that I picked up last week, Peace of Mind. And only one song skipped so far, and that's a scratch, so that's pretty much it. I'll put that in a lot of albums, rough albums. That's what I do. I sell large lots of metal albums that are a little rough, so someone can get a huge party lot of them, and they can beat the shit out of them, carry them around, not be so worried about having those pristine ones. So let's take a look, and then we'll touch on something else I wanted to show you. So I've got it all laid out for the photos. It's rather large if you look at my hand compared to it. And overall, other than the paint missing, there really isn't any damage. All the tabs look to be complete. That's tabs to connect it to this part right here. And so we've got some more parts here. We've got the wing section, and these look to go like this. This is what I'm gathering. I mean, it looks that way, but that's how they would fit. So we've got 4 of those. I've got this piece. Not sure if it goes with it, but we're going to get rid of it and put it in the lot anyway. Got this tail piece, which I believe would connect somewhat like that, if I'm correct. And got this rear wing right here. So this is a great Northwest. The graphics on this are cool. The patina is cool. This is great shelf art or parts for the store. So let's get to the eBay story. I bought a piece on eBay probably about 7 days ago exactly. And I'm a little frustrated about it. I paid $13.50 priority mail on it. And it just got here today. It took a week to get here. I was a little irritated with that because, I expected to get it within 3-4 days, especially when you're going to pay the priority pricing. Now, I had to open up a case after 7 days. They'll usually put in there when it's going to arrive. After that amount of days is passed, expired in their listing as to when they say they'll get it to you by, you can open up a case simply saying you haven't received your item, it's not as you liked, etc. It's best to do that immediately. A lot of people would be irritated by that and say, why would you start up any shit? I'm really not, because here's the situation. On the 7th day, it had not shown up. So I opened the case, and what that does is it gets the ball rolling, because I opened the case on the 20th. I wouldn't be able to get a refund if I don't receive my item until the 28th. The longer you wait to open the case, it pushes that date from the 28th into December, etc. So you want to open that case. Each seller has in their listing
where the item is. I mean, in what state it's in, where it's coming from, how they're going to get it to you, and an estimate of what day the latest being to get it to you by. When they miss that date and you don't have a tracking number that you can see it's in transit at the very least, because that can calm you. If you have a tracking number, it shows up and you can hit it and say, well, it's delivered to Minneapolis yesterday, it's going to be here for sure. I didn't have a tracking number. I didn't receive one until after I opened up the case, and then here's the pisser. So the guy did not ship it priority. Wah, no big deal, but still, that's bullshit when someone's charging you for priority mail and then they're late on getting it to you, and then you find out they didn't even ship it priority. But then look at this. So this just pisses me off. I paid a pretty hefty price for this, and you say, well, what's wrong? Well, the packaging is you hear that? Listen. That's the bayonet sliding back and forth in there. Thin, it's torn open right here. It's just basically one piece of cardboard, nothing wrapped around the blade, and you can see. I mean, I can tell without even opening it. So let's take a look at this shit fucking packaging job. This just pisses me off. When you're paying big money for something, and then someone makes a profit like that, and on top of it, they make a few extra bucks profit on the shipping, and then they can't even fucking ship it to you properly. That's disgusting. Okay, cool. You're going to make a couple bucks on shipping. You're going to ship it flat. At least put it in a fucking normal box. This just pisses me off. And then he's got the veteran decal here, so I don't want to give him a negative because he's a veteran. So he's hiding under that veil. If he's a veteran, you know, respect. That's why I'm not going to fucking do anything, but otherwise I'd crucify him. Some people just use that as a guise, though. So anyway, this pisses me off, this horrible wrapping. I can hear the bayonet sliding back and forth in it. Mind it, it's damn near 100 years old, this piece, and was already in rough condition to get with. So I'm opening it here. Basically, one piece of cardboard folded over the blade is what this guy's done. That's it. Just as I thought. I get more irritated by the second. You know, hopefully, more likely it got here safe. But man, you know, you gotta fucking ship things right. You gotta care for your customer, especially when something sells properly. So there we go. There's the butcher bayonet. Looks like nothing was damaged in transit. Thank heaven. This is a high-eared one, which is a lot rare. High-eared means you see those little, I call them ears, or like rabbit ears. Right there. But it's the saw blade. Nice. Of course, it's not coming out of the fucking scabbard now. The fuck? Pid. You know, and that's something that could have happened in shipping. Something could have compressed and smashed in here. I'll fucking never know. But that's a nice one. God, I'm glad to have gotten this away from someone who didn't give a shit for it. Looks like it was sharpened years ago. It's fucking sharp as a motherfucker. See, but this sucks because there's definitely a pinch in there where it's catching. So I'm not even going to want to put that in there anymore. Well, that's it. And so as you can see, that was the shipping. Here. That'll mic. That's heavily ground right there too. So someone, when they got this home, sharpened it. Could be period too. I mean, if it was a combat blade, I guess it's feasible that they would sharpen it that brutal. But fuck, that's satanic. That's the sharpest one I think I've ever felt. Metal might, and they packed it with grease too. So more than likely, the veteran either sharpened it. I can't even force it back in there. It's a sad deal. I love that smell. You can tell that was in a basement. Metal mic. Hey now.